Hey guys, this is the Cole Perrine, Jimmy Mullen's halftime power hour. Jimmy is currently resetting his router, so I've been tasked with providing you guys entertainment for the next few minutes. I will be doing my impression of Jerry Seinfeld in one of his titular classic bits. How about that airplane food? Okay. What is up with that airplane food, guys? Now, that was a bit years in the making, really. Took a lot of practice, but let me know what you guys think. I might be putting this up on YouTube later, depending on the reactions I get from the crowd. But I want to just say thank you for tuning in, and thank you for being a part of this. You know, I met Jimmy in Paris 10 years ago. It was a beautiful sunny day, and I think April or May, we were walking to the Louvre, and we walked in the door at the same time, bumped into each other. And of course, you know, being on vacation, no one wanted to interact with a stranger, so I said buzz off, he said watch where you're going, and the rest is history. Now look at us. You know, we've made 10 successful studio albums. We've gone platinum 16 times. You know, we were involved in the Influencer Beatdown, the Creator Clash, obviously the title card. It's just been such a wild ride. I couldn't have done any of it without Jimmy here. I remember when I was sick and needed a kidney, he donated one. And I just don't know what else you can ask from a YouTube friend. Definitely changed my life. Jimmy Mullins. I remember he let me borrow his Lamborghini. Ladies out there, if you're listening, let me borrow his Lamborghini to take to his private jet for a flight. Just a stand-up guy, really. Hold on. It's the president. I have to take this. Joe? Joe, you bastard. What's up, man? Oh.
Hello?
Hey, you're back.
Got it working. What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of the Jimmy Mullen podcast. Today, Cole Perrine is back for a second time. How are we today?
Hello. I'm good. How are you guys? You and the live audience watching this right now.
Oh, hey, if you're watching live, which is none of you, hello.
I can't hear the laughter. Did they turn off the laughter in my headphones? I can't. I see them, but I can't hear them.
I see you. I'm watching you.
I'm watching. I can smell you out there. I can smell you. You, right there, with the hot dog and the bleachers, you're eating it backwards.
How do you eat it backwards?
You'll know when you do it.
Okay.
That's all I'll say.
Understandable.
So you can tell. You can tell when it's happening.
Yeah, probably. So how are you, man?
I'm good. How are you doing, dog?
I'm doing pretty good. I just finished up my weekly uploads for the summer, and now it's just a matter of do I keep that going, or I'm gonna do my best to do so. But
I feel on YouTube it's more of a matter of can you keep it going rather than do you keep it going.
Yeah, that's the thing. Also, when YouTube's not your primary job or source of income, you kind of have to do other things. We both understand that very well.
Oh yeah, say pain in the tuchus. Can I curse on this?
Yeah.
It's a pain in the ass. It sucks. Of course you
can fucking curse.
It's a fucking bitch, yo. It's a fucking bitch, Mr. White. Did you see that fly just go right across?
I did. Holy shit.
God, I think I left my laundry room open. Oops.
Oh.
My laundry room is like this extension onto my house. It's really weird. It's like in the kitchen there's like a door, and then you go through the door and there's like a little pantry, and then there's like a screen door that's not a very good door, and it's all fucked up, and then like the garage door. So like the main one that closes the house off is the kitchen.
Oh.
But sometimes flies get into that little thing, and then I do laundry, and then they come in the house.
That was the situation in my childhood home. We never used the front door because of just where I lived. It was just like I lived across the street from a gas station, so like we had a driveway in the back, so we just tell people to come in the back, and that the kitchen was the first room you'd walk into because of that.
Yeah, I know what you mean. My cousin has his house. I went and stayed with him in Minnesota, and like they have like 3 front doors.
Oh.
There's like it's like the front of the house. And there's a garage, and there's a door next to the garage that goes straight to the kitchen, and there's another door that goes straight to the stairs or the kitchen, and then another one that goes to the living room. It's like you get 3 front doors. Wow. How many people are coming in this house?
It seems like a lot.
It's
got a big family?
No.
Well,
it's like
maybe
it's just like 3 people.
Maybe maybe in the future, who knows? I don't know.
Maybe they're shooting for a big family.
Maybe. So there's been a little bit that's happened since the last time. So we're breaking a couple records here today. Cole is now the first person, the first internet friend or remote guest. I guess 2 records. First internet friend to return, and then the first remote guest to return for a second time. So, congratulations.
Fuck yeah. Let's go. And that's just the kind of guy I am, you know? I'm a trendsetter. I'm a records guy.
Good shit, dude. So, what has happened since April with you? Okay,
so I'm trying to think. So I got a haircut.
Oh, I did too.
And then it looks good. I like it. I like your little wave. You got.
Yeah, I've always kind of had that.
Nice. Yeah, it's kind of spicy.
Thank
I like
you.
it. I like your. So you have kind of has a curl to it that mine.
Yeah,
doesn't.
I don't know. It only kind of happens when my hair starts to grow a little more. Like it has this like curl looking thing going on in the back. I don't know why.
I like that. I envy that because I've always wanted like the kind of the tail.
Or I've had like a swoosh kind of thing going on right here. Yeah.
Yeah, my hair, because yours kind of curls at the edges is cool. Mine is just super, like, just straight and silky smooth and perfect. But, you know, I wish that it would kind of curl up because I get a little bit of it on the right side. But on the left side, I don't. It actually goes towards the right side.
It's definitely more on this side than that side, though. It's not
like
as consistent. I'll look at myself in the mirror. I'll be looking straight, and, like, this side of my head has all these curls coming out, and then there's, like, nothing on this side. It looks so weird.
Just because how many of your podcasters... Oh, sorry.
No, you're fine.
How many of your listeners are like on YouTube versus like Spotify? Because I feel like if a big chunk are audio, this is gonna suck.
Yeah.
we're like
no, honestly, I feel like it's a bit of an even mix, but I'm pretty sure more people view on YouTube. I also heavily advertise YouTube more compared to the audio platforms, but that's mainly just because you know if I'm gonna make a video version of the podcast, I might as well push that more, especially if I'm putting that on like TikTok and Instagram and stuff. You know, people are gonna see it. So
if you're gonna put the time into editing,
so I might as well go all out with that.
Okay.
I do push Spotify though. Like I've talked with a handful of people, and they've said like, oh, you know, I like podcasts, but I like listening to them. So I'm like, all right, so I have an audio version you can listen to. I think I just hit 500 plays across all audio platforms. So thank you to everyone who made that possible. Multiple states across the U.S., a couple of other countries, some countries that I don't know anybody from. So I don't know if that has to do with a VPN or just people from other parts of the world. I don't know.
Oh. You know, I never thought about that. I guess if somebody was like had a VPN always on and they watched our stuff.
No, like I have Ukraine listed as a country. I don't know a single person in Ukraine. So,
but they know you.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure that was a VPN though. That might have been my VPN, just automatically switching to Ukraine.
Just watching your own videos. Yeah. There we go.
I was doing it just to test it, like to see like, oh, how long do I have to watch for it to count as a view? Because it's also not connected to my personal Spotify, so my views also count in that way. Okay, so
nice.
Yeah.
So yeah, I got a haircut. I moved into a house. I'm in a house now.
Congratulations. That's a big step.
Thank you. And I guess when did we last do it? Did we do the last episode before or after I made like the big rant, like the 30-minute tech video?
We did it before.
Before
I was going to get into that with you.
Nice. Okay. So since then I've also I quit my part-time job and I have gone full in on television work, production jobs and freelancing.
That's fucking awesome, dude.
That's been fun. It's been interesting. I might have to pick up some part time or some like side work. As I'm thinking of I'm thinking of doing a Germa and becoming a substitute teacher.
Oh my god!
Because my district really needs them, and it would be good extra cash because the TV jobs are kind of dry right now.
That would be crazy.
It's very easy.
Could you imagine just walking into a class and the kid's like, "You're the penis clown"?
Oh, I hope to God, because I'm afraid of what their parents, how their parents might react if they took that home. Can you imagine that? Oh, my substitute teacher was the guy selling the penis enlargement pills. It's like a third grader. Mom's like, what? Your teacher was doing what, honey? I'm going to jail.
Oh my god.
Nah, but
you would look to more substitute for like elementary or like.
I don't know. Like I feel like.
No, because I feel like if you walked into a high school classroom, it would just be like instant. Like someone would probably
be recognized. I don't know.
No.
I don't.
Well, if I were you, I wouldn't put it out there. If someone,
I wouldn't be promoting it.
Yeah, no,
that's for sure.
Yeah, no. If they know, they know. You can't do anything about that.
Right. No. I wouldn't. I wouldn't go in saying anything. I try to avoid telling people now, like adults. But let's see. I did TV jobs. I moved into a house. I quit that other thing. I've gotten super into music.
Yeah.
Like I've never been like a huge music guy. When I was younger, I listened to stuff on, like my mom got me an iPod Shuffle, and I listened to the same like maybe 20, 50 songs for like 6 years. Like just the same ones on repeat. Like I was just satisfied with that. That was, she bought me on iTunes, when I was in elementary school. And then I kind of got more into music in high school because I got Spotify 99 cent for 3 months, and that was the first time I had access to like the catalog of music. But lately I've been getting that as well. Yeah, lately I've been getting into actually owning my music. So I've been going to the library and I've been ripping CDs into my Apple Music or iTunes
is
library.
Actually really smart. I should do that.
Yeah, no, it's free music, and it's like I switched. I got rid of Spotify and I listen to music on an iPod now, and that has gotten me like super into music. It's weird. It's like because it's taking up space on my SD card.
Yeah.
That I like all of the songs matter. Like I need to listen through all the albums and pick the songs I really like and the ones I don't, because I don't have infinite space. To store music. Like it's this guy right here. It's like a 4th generation. And
that is so sick, like on its own.
Yeah,
I remember you talked about starting this journey, and I was like, I'm actually really inspired. Like I kind of want to do something like this for myself.
So like this is the original hard drive here from it. And I took it out and I put a flash card. So I have 64 gigs of flash storage, and it's like super light and super fast, and it's badass.
Yeah, I remember. I think my uncle had one of those, and it was like really heavy. I remember.
Yeah, no, they're chunkers.
Other ones.
They're chunkers, dude. They got these big old spinning hard drives. Like this hard drive is heavier than the whole iPod. Now that it's out.
Oh wow.
And they're cute, little 1.8 inch. But like that has pushed me to rediscover music in a totally different way. So I've been taking album recommendations, and I ask for music, and my friends give it to me, and I go to the library and find the CD, and it's part of acquiring it is very fun.
That is
like
really
organizing
cool.
my library, getting all the album art on everything.
Yeah, it's sick. I had a handful of CDs I bought last summer, like a bunch of used CDs at FYE, because there's still one nearby my house, not like close to my house.
What's FYE?
You've never heard of FYE?
Is it what, like for your entertainment?
Yeah.
We don't have that.
Wow, yeah. They had a few of them by me. There was one in my hometown in the shopping center that closed down back in like 2015 or 2016. And then there was one in one of the malls that was closer to my house that shut down. There was one in like Queens that isn't there anymore. But the only one on Long Island still is in the Smith Haven Mall. It's like 30 minutes out from my house, but I've been there a handful of times. I bought Blu-rays and CDs and shit like that, and it's been a pretty surreal experience, like still being able to go to a store like that, because they're pretty few and far between on Long Island. So
with my town, it's like there's a lot of we have a lot of actual like music dedicated stores. So like there's a CD
most
warehouse
of those are gone by me.
It's big over here. We have a lot of people that think they're aesthetic because they use stuff from the 90s, and so like there's like a CD warehouse and a Forever Young Records is over that way. There's a ton of record stores in my area, actually, records and CDs. And then we also have Movie Trading Company, which is like that's where all of you would go to get like old movies, and they have like Game Boys and old Nintendo consoles and CDs and posters and stuff. But there's very few of those left. There used to be 3 near me, and now there's 1.
Yeah, I have like 1 CD store, I think, near my house, like 20 minutes from my house or something.
I would be in them more if I had the money to like buy CDs, but
oh yeah, 100%.
They're actually, they add up.
I might take your advice and start going to the library and ripping CDs though, because that sounds like a lot of fun.
It is. It's great, and also like the library is actually badass. It's like all the books in the world, and it's free, and it's just been there forever. And like, why have I not taken this up sooner? Like, I went and I got a library card, and they have not changed. It is the same. When I was a kid, they had a representative from the library come to our schools and say like, "Oh, join the library," whatever. They laid out a handful of library cards, and kids got to pick their best design. And this is still the main design.
Wow.
For my so this is my new library card. And it's the same one I had when I was like 8 years old. And,
that's incredible.
You just go down
Love
and
that.
like all the CDs and all the books and stuff, and then it's also like the Blockbuster experience that everybody misses. A few of the libraries in my town, like I think the South Branch, has like aisles and aisles of movies. It's like Blockbuster but free. So like you could still go check out your weekly movies, and I'm kind of thinking of starting to like maybe rip CD or DVDs and Blu-rays too, like I do CDs. Maybe go find all the movies I want to watch on my watch list instead of paying for a subscription service for months but without watching anything.
Yeah. Just
go rip the Blu-ray and then watch it when I get to it,
Yeah, I might have to start cutting down on it. It's getting to that point.
How much are Blu-rays?
Well, it depends on the movie. Like a new release from like Disney at the start is usually $30 to $35.
Oh!
Yeah. That's like for the 4K one with like the Blu-ray disc also included and a digital copy.
That's that's more than buying it 4K on like Apple, like iTunes or something.
Yeah, because it also includes a Blu-ray copy and a digital copy that it's like a code that you enter, and then you have the digital copy on like iTunes and shit.
What is it, like Movies Anywhere?
Yeah, that's the hub, and then you just connect all your accounts to that, and then they just transfer over. So I have them under my Google, have them under iTunes.
That's actually pretty dope.
Yeah. So like, I mean, if you use them, like it's more worth it that way. But like, I also collect the movies physically, so I'm more likely to watch the Blu-ray just because it's just more fun that way for me.
Yeah.
Makes the experience better.
I want to get like a 4K Blu-ray player because the 4K Blu-ray can also play those. Like they got 4K DVDs now.
Yeah.
That's the thing. The Black Label. It's like, whoa, DVDs that don't suck.
Yeah, I have a PS5 that has 4K capability, but I don't have a 4K TV, so I haven't been able to take advantage of it.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, that probably looks banging on HD.
Most of the movies I buy now, are 4K because I know I'm going to be getting a 4K TV pretty soon at some point. That'll be like one of my next big purchases. Well, so I'll have a bunch of movies ready.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the new ones have like upscaling engines and stuff too, so you can, it'll look nice even if you're watching standard or HD.
Yeah, exactly.
It'll be serviceable. It's pretty cool.
It is pretty cool.
Yeah. But yeah, that's what's been up with me. I'm in a house now. I'm trying to do what I like to do, and I'm into music. So that's what most of my time has been going to lately.
That's awesome, dude. I love seeing it. And we'll get more into that, but there's something I wanted to bring up that we started to discuss in the last episode, but I think the conversation derailed a little bit, and then I forgot to go back to it, and then I realized after the fact. So there was a video you made based on the Pill Clown meme called "Where Are They Now?" Yeah. I just wanted some more info on that video.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it was coming around because let's see, we did that in 2018, no 2019, no 2020. Oh, I'm talking about Where Are They Now?
Oh, okay, yeah.
It was 2020, and I think a big chunk of it was like I've been wanting to kind of do a follow up. 2020 was a big year where we were planning. I was planning a lot of like returns for some things. Like I tried to bring back Coal versus Communism. We were actually planning like a sequel to the No Nut November video from 2018. Yeah, we were gonna do like 10 more No Nut November tips.
That's still one of my favorite videos.
It was so fun. That is also one of my all-time favorites. But we were playing one of those, and I was like, oh, I want to do the clown thing. And so we had. I think what spurred it on was when we found out that we were going to have our baby. We found out in like September of 2020, and so when October rolled around, we after we found out, we kind of just went on a road trip together to kind of like think some things through and talk about what it was like moving forward. And so we went to San Antonio is where we shot it. We went to San Antonio to do like the river walk and the quarry and stuff like that, which if you're from San Antonio, you know it's like a big deal out there. And while we were there, because the thing was shot on campus at UT San Antonio, and I was like, yo, I wonder if I could find that same drain. I wonder if it's still there, because when we shot the video, if you look in the background, there's a bunch of construction going on. And so I went and I found some photos we took on campus, because I used like back then I used to use the Google Maps timeline. Oh. I don't know if you're familiar with that. It's like
I know Snapchat has something like that now too.
Google has one though that like makes they do on Snapchat Plus, I guess, like a timeline of all the places you've been. And so I actually went back in Maps and I found where I was that evening, like the geolocation. We navigated to it. We found the drain, and it was like this little cutout, and then everything around it had been replaced. Like all the concrete was new. They built a huge building next to it. The sidewalk was gone. They put a sidewalk somewhere else. Like the whole area was completely redone except for the drain. And we were like, dude, we have to like come back. And I'd been thinking about it, so we went and we shot it. But I didn't want to do another like parody. I wanted to do something with the character. And I remember like Juan, my friend that I had shot with, the one who was like, no, I'm good, in like the full sketch.
Yeah.
He was like, dude, man, don't milk it. Come on, let's not milk the idea, whatever. And I was like, okay, I want to do something, but I don't want to milk it. So we wrote kind of like he's a washed up actor, and we're talking about what happened after his thing. So we had a lot of fun with that. We made fun of it. Oh, say the line, dude, say the line, because we were all sick of hearing it.
Yeah.
That was good.
Yeah, I liked the joke in the beginning, where you talked about you had Weezer on previously.
Yeah, we had Weezer and our ratings dropped.
Yeah.
Yeah, nobody watched that episode.
That shit got me good. I remember the first time I watched it.
Weezer, where are they now? Good times.
Yeah, that sounded like a lot of fun.
Shooting it was fun. It was the first one where like I hit up my friend who I was friends with in film class. He was taking like cinematography and he was really into that stuff, and I was like, hey, can you be the director of photography for like this whole thing? So he actually set up the interview and set up the shots, and he filmed it on his nice like Canon, probably like a...
Yeah, it looked like a really nice camera.
Yeah, it was like an EOS R or something. Like it was a video camera. It was nice. And the rest is history.
That sounds really cool, man.
We had a lot of fun.
Yeah, so next up, I guess a little bit that has to do with that, but also just this idea as a whole, this whole topic. You just recently celebrated your 10-year anniversary.
I did.
On your YouTube channel.
It's crazy.
Which I commend you for, that you kept the same channel for 10 years, because I did not. I've been under so many. The one I'm on that I have been on since high school, I've been using since like 2017, but I have no plans on moving at this point.
Well, there you go, 5 years. Congrats on 5 years. That's awesome.
Yeah, I guess. That's wow. Yeah, my sophomore year was like 5 years ago. My senior that's pretty
year.
Wild.
I'm halfway to my high school reunion.
Wow, that must be crazy.
It's not, I don't even think it's gonna happen. The person in charge of that does not want to see any of us ever again.
Yeah, I don't think mine is gonna happen either. And even if it did, they probably won't even tell half the people about it.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
That'll be interesting.
So, your 10-year YouTube celebration, you made it into a week-long event, which I thought was really fucking sick. And every day there was like a new announcement, a new little thing, and like I wanted to get into that. So one of the things you did was a live stream of all of your YouTube videos, just back to back to back to back, etc.
Yeah.
How long was that stream?
It was like 20.
I tuned in a couple times throughout the day.
It was like exactly 24 hours. It was like 23 hours and 48 minutes or something like that.
Wow.
Yeah. It is crazy how well that lined up.
Yeah, that's actually really sick.
Mm-hmm. We had a lot of fun with that.
I tuned in a couple times throughout the day. I was kind of mad I missed some of the videos I really wanted to see though. But
hey man, they're up there on the channel. You just gotta go find them.
And then I couldn't play the whole stream back.
Yeah. They were like, I think it's, if your stream is like over 12 hours, then it's not available for playback, which is weird because they'll still store it. Like it'll show up.
That's a shame.
And then just say they can't play. And I can download it, so I don't know why they don't. Maybe they don't want to process it or something.
Maybe.
I don't know. YouTube's weird.
It does seem like a lot of space though. I can't imagine how much space the first lo-fi stream took up before
oh my god,
that got taken down. Did you see that shit? It was like, how many hours was it?
I don't even know.
Like 36,000 hours or something like that.
Jesus.
I don't even know.
Those guys are crazy. There was a fun foray into that because I wanted to see what it was like to live stream, because I've seen other channels I follow do marathons, and I was like, how do I do this?
I've been thinking about doing one myself.
How does it work? Like, I was like, do I upload a whole file and premiere it? Do I stream the thing? And I started making the file, and yeah, it was like 100 gigabytes just for like my biggest year, and I was like, oof. So I ended up, what I did was I cut it. I guess it did end up being a whole file, but it kept failing. So what I did is I had to export it year by year, and then I put those in. So it was like 10 items on the timeline instead of like 100,000 separate video clips, and then that was a pain. That sucked. That was easily the worst thing to set up for that event. Was the live stream.
I think it turned out good though.
It did.
Chat was pretty active throughout it.
It's funny seeing people that I talk to now coming in to watch old stuff, and like, I used to want to be Filthy Frank so bad. And so, like,
I did get a lot of those vibes. I hadn't really seen a lot of your videos from 2016, but seeing those, I was like, wow. Like,
I remember I wanted to be the successor to Filthy Frank so fucking bad.
Some kind of commentary YouTuber.
Yeah, well, I wanted to fill that hole.
You were talking to people in that space, though.
Yeah.
So, like, it wasn't like, you were a complete outsider.
Well, like, Frank, after he quit, like, I was super inspired by that stuff, because, like, that was, like, I remember, like, sophomore year, my friend showed me, what was it, like the Just Girly Things video? That was my first Filthy Frank introduction.
I think my first was ET2.
Oh, man. I was watching him since, like, 2014, back when he had just left Disaster Music. And I just loved that kind of content. I loved, like, the idea of being able to complain about the world. And I had started, like, he was the guy that inspired me to get into comedy, because at the time I was making Minecraft videos, and I had this idea that I started injecting comedy into the Minecraft videos, and some of it ended up being Filthy Frank clips, like hilarious and original. You might not even have seen that one.
No, I haven't.
Okay, good.
Not your video, but I know the clip.
Yeah. But and people were like, oh my god, these clips are funny or whatever, and that was what gave me the confidence to quit Minecraft to do comedy. But then, like, I remember after he quit, somebody commented on one of my rants with a sketch at the end, and they were like, you're filling in the space that Filthy Frank left or whatever, and they're like, and I'm totally fine with that. And so, like, I was super excited.
That's sweet.
And so that's what I tried to do. And then, like, fucking Filthy Frank 2 showed up. That bastard ruined my life. Fuck you, TV Filthy Frank 2, you son of a bitch. Because just all the thunder went away. Because then people were like, it's like Filthy Frank 2 is actually over here. Cool. And I was just like, no. Broke my heart.
I remember when he popped off, when he came around. I wasn't sure how to feel.
Oh, I've hated him since the start. Like, I kind of see, like, we can almost turn Filthy Frank into this Doctor Who-esque character, where, like, maybe
I was getting those vibes
where
from
maybe
it.
he could be reincarnated or something, but no. No, that time is over.
Oh.
Unfortunately.
That's a shame. Yeah, I don't know if it still works now.
It doesn't. I don't
sure.
think so.
Yeah.
And he quit at the right time. It's just...
Yeah, there have been so many changes to how everyone views things and all that, and, like, I don't know.
That's what I was getting at when I was watching people rewatch the live stream. Like, this one guy commented, and he was like, oh, that's mean. And I was like, holy shit. like it's like a completely different view that people have now of that kind of content.
I've been watching older Filthy Frank videos recently, and I've seen that. It's just like, wow, none of this would fly now. So now, the next thing was you released a bunch of new merch based off of newer videos. I thought that was really cool.
Yeah, you're wearing some of it.
I am wearing some of it.
That's my...
What's this? What is the story behind this shirt?
I hate Dream.
Because I just... Listen, the first time I saw it was when you announced it in the video, and I didn't know what to think of it. It was just confusion and also just confused laughter. Just like at how ridiculous the whole thing was. I'm like, I need that.
Yeah. It's that funny.
I bought 2 of them actually because I lost the first one somehow. I don't know where it went. It like disappeared. I did laundry one day and it just fucking disappeared. I don't know where it went.
Somebody has it right now.
Yeah.
I'm so confused.
Yeah, I went through my brother's room and he's like, dude, why the fuck would I wear that? I'm just like,
yeah. No, the entire story behind it is I just don't like Dream. Like I was making the shirts and I was like literally that was like my live reaction was like, what if I just made a shirt that said I hate Dream? And I just put the Dream guy on it. Like, and I think I pitched it in a Discord call and we were all laughing our asses off. And I was like, fuck it. And originally I didn't even have it listed. Like, it was like a private link.
Yeah.
People...
That's when I got the... Yeah.
People were asking me for the link. And it was the best-selling shirt by people seeking it out, not just going to the page. So, like, now it's live for however long until Dream comes after me. But gotten away with it for like 6 months now.
Don't do it, Dream. Don't do it, Dream. It's a funny shirt. It sells. It fucking sells.
I think originally... Is there text on the back? I can't remember.
No.
Originally there was, and it made the price go up, so I took it off. But I think I pasted his confession to cheating in the Minecraft speedrun, and it was like all the way down the back. Like, I'm sitting in the bathtub crying right now.
Oh my god. Yeah, so I bought this one, and I bought the all airline companies must shut the hell up meme.
I wear that tank top all the time. I have it on the. I bought all my merch as tank tops, and I wear them like when I work out.
I don't own
any
any tank tops. I'm thinking I might have to.
Well, you don't have Texas.
I'm looking to go to the gym. Oh yeah, well I still got hot summers though.
No
not
idea.
to compare to what you have because I know it's not very good down there.
It was like 116 this summer.
Oh no!
Or 110, 108, something like that. And we had a.
That's not. No.
I worked on when I was working on the show. The whole crew was from New York, and it was like their first time in Texas, and they just complained about the heat the whole time. And it was so funny. It's so hot! Oh my god!
I would be so. I'm gonna be completely honest with you. That would be me as well. I'm not even gonna hide that.
Can't handle it.
That's just.
Can't handle the heat.
We're not used to that.
It's bad.
It's
not even funny.
The fact that you're used to that too is like scary.
Oh, I have a good story. I won't derail your schedule for too long. But when I was working on an HBO show, and everybody was from LA, and LA has like no rain apparently, at least not a lot of it.
Yeah,
they get little showers, whatever. But we have these. I don't know how it's like on Long Island, but we have these storms that will roll in sometimes in Texas, and it's literally like a blue sky, and then it's a hurricane for 2 minutes, and it's a blue sky again. Like it'll roll in, and you'll have thunder and lightning and just insane downpour of this warm rain that like an inch of rain, and then it's over.
We don't have that. So, our rain is pretty consistent. Well, it'll stay for like a day. It'll stay for like 2 days.
It's nice though.
Yeah.
We were like out working in this parking lot, and it was a sunny day, and we're moving all this stuff into the truck because we just wrapped filming the show, and it like we had one of those thunderstorms come in, and it was like there was like lightning, and then clouds rolled in, and people were like, "What is going on?" And I feel kind of bad because I feel like I contributed to this, but like I looked someone in the eye, and I was like, "We're going to die. We're all going to die." And then it just came down. Whoo! Lightning hit right behind our hotel. The rain started pouring down. I recorded some of this if I could find it in my Google Photos. People ran away screaming. This one girl screamed. One dude laid down and rolled up into a tarp. Like there was nowhere to hide. Like he just rolled himself up and hid from the rain. Like people were freaking out, and then all the Texans, we were just cracking up. We were like, "Yes!"
That's insane.
The LA people could not handle the rain, dude.
That is beautiful.
So funny. This guy rolling up in the tarp was my favorite part. That shit cracked me up so much. Oh.
That's fucking beautiful.
Texas weather.
I love that. Oh my god, that's just wow.
So funny.
I love that.
So funny.
The next thing was following up with the pill clown stuff. You made a video game.
I did. Well, I didn't.
I actually gotta. Well, you were involved in it. It stars you.
I guess so. No, I gotta give a huge credit to Will.
No, yeah, you didn't make the game. My bad. He didn't make the game, but he's involved.
Yeah, Will Thrill the Will, who he recently got onto like, I don't know if he got onto Critical's channel or he made something for Critical. He made the SpongeBob I've overdosed on ketamine and I'm gonna die. That Critical speed ran on stream. And then everyone started playing. Like we've been friends since like 2017, and he got into game development, and so I asked him to do it. So I just want to give that shout out real quick. He was fantastic, and he did all the work.
Shout out to Throw the Will.
He did all the work, and he's insanely talented. But yeah, did I tell you that we modeled it after my high school? Like it takes place. That's my school.
That's wow.
The floor plan, the color scheme.
No, I know what I was gonna say. I got a little sneak peek to it, so I knew about this before he made the announcement. But
we talked
now
about
that it's
it.
out
I teased
there,
it.
We even talked about
the
it
day we filmed the podcast. I teased it.
Oh yeah, or it was something like that. It might have been the day of or the day before. I don't remember. Something like that. Awesome. But yeah, I knew about it basically the whole time. But it was still a really nice surprise.
It was good,
and it's a great little game. You should play it.
It was funny. I looked at the
maybe I'll stream it sometime when I can rely on my internet.
We need to get back to it. We had a content update planned, but we just hadn't gotten around to it too much because we've just been busy. My transmission fell out the bottom of my truck, and everything changed after that. Owie.
Oh jeez.
But yeah.
So a little bit about the game. How did it come to be?
So it
you just had the idea?
Yeah, basically. I mean, it was going to be an entirely different thing when I had the idea for it. So this was like December, November, and I had started planning it. Like I remember I started working on the DVD stuff in July, and that was going to be the only thing I did. And then I was like, what if I just went all out and did like an insane week of stuff? And I premiered all of them live for like my thing. So like one of the ideas was like, let's make a game. So I hit Will up and I said, Will, is this something you'd be willing to work on? Could we make a clown video game for the 10th anniversary? And so my original idea was like you were going to be the clown and it was going to be like the Spider-Man pizza level from the Spider-Man 2 video game where you have to like deliver all the pizzas. Oh. So you're on a timer and you have to like deliver all of the pills. And then there was going to maybe be like a sewer surfing level, and Will was like, yeah, I could do that, but like a totally other idea is like, what if you did like a horror game and you made like a Slender clone? And I just threw out my other idea. I was like, that is so much better. Find the pills.
I do like that idea though. The first one.
It was kind of cool. It would have been cool. I mean,
you do a sequel.
We really could do anything.
Or just add it on.
We've got all the models and shit. Like we could just drop that in. It's on Unreal, so he could make another one. Maybe we'll see. I want to finish the clown game first because I do have more stuff I want to put into it.
That does sound like a lot.
But yeah,
of fun.
and then I hit him up and like
I can't wait.
We worked on a few builds early on, and then we both got kind of busy. He had his finals and stuff, and then we like finished the game like the night before the video. Like we were up all night, like play testing and compiling, and then trying to fix bugs and whatever, and then getting the footage into the video. And so like a lot of those game clips were me playing it the first time when he sent me a build and I recorded it.
Wow.
I didn't even record it. I like clipped it with like NVIDIA, and I was like, "Oh, that's a good clip. I guess I'll put that in the trailer."
Xbox record that.
Yeah, basically. So, we were super proud of it though. It was funny. I was looking at the itch.io comments. Amazing. Yeah, people in the comments on itch.io were like, "I don't get it."
Damn.
I don't know.
That's
It was funny.
They're just not cultured, that's all.
They don't understand, okay? I shaped internet culture. Why don't you treat me like I'm important? But yeah. Good stuff.
What else? Oh yeah, you made a DVD box set?
I did. I still have
with all your old videos?
I haven't shipped those out because only you and my friend Sean like requested them. And so I kind of put it on the back burner, and then like my truck broke down and stuff. But they It does exist, so I'm sorry for making you wait.
No, it's okay. Don't worry about it.
I have the...
Take all the time you need.
Jimmy, this is yours right here. This is your box. It's
oh, shit.
It's all cut out. It just needs to get put together.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Cole had he made a DVD set.
Yes.
Of all of his old videos. And it even includes lost media.
Some lost media, yes.
In there.
So there's like, it's like 10 boxes, but like some of the boxes have like 6 discs because I couldn't fit them all on DVDs. It was insane. But
wow.
each box is a year. Most of them are 1 disc, 1 or 2 discs, but that was a pain because I had to go through and I downloaded all my videos and I had to convert them to MPEG-2 to put on it, and then I had to get like, I didn't want to buy the DVD burning software, so I actually rebuilt my mom's old iMac that had died, and I was able to restore it because she had that on it. So I used that, and I used the DVD slot in the iMac to make all of them.
Oh, that's cool.
So it was fun. Little
nice
rescue.
Nice little home project.
And that was the computer that I made all my original videos on, so it was kind of nice to come back to it.
That is really cool. I don't have my old childhood computer. That thing's long gone.
I'm kind of a hoarder now, so.
No, I'm in the same boat, so it might have been better to make that sacrifice because I probably would have never let them go.
Yeah, it's tough.
Because I would have. I think I have my last computer sitting in my closet. I haven't touched it in like over 2 years.
It doesn't always hurt to keep like old computers around though, because I have a lot of stuff on those computers that you like don't want to take off. I
put all that shit on external hard drives, and now I just have them on my new one.
Yeah, I have a hard drive.
I didn't have that much to hold on to.
Back there, you can't see it, but that's like a hard drive shelf.
That's cool.
Yeah, so I got that little IKEA cabinet thing. It's awesome. Big old.
One of the lost media videos was the Dan Schneider one. Was that in the live stream? Because I think I missed it. If it was,
I don't know actually. I don't think so.
Okay.
If it was,
I can't wait to watch it again though when I get my box.
If it was, I definitely put like a disclaimer over it. I know there's a disclaimer on it on the DVD.
Oh, okay.
There's a little thing that's like, this video fucking sucked at the beginning. Yeah. That's some lost media.
But without it, we wouldn't be here.
I feel like it's funny. A lot of the stuff talked about that I got shit on for not researching is like slowly coming out to be true this month. There's a lot of Dan Schneider.
I was going to get into that as well. You made a community post about it, and then I asked if you could put the video back up, and you said no.
No. It's just not gonna.
All the stuff with Jeanette McCurdy and her book, all that type of shit. I still have to get the book. I want to. I do
too. I want to get that book. I want to read that. I'm glad my mom is dead, or something like that.
It's called "I'm Glad My Mom Died." I'm pretty sure.
Fuck, that sucks.
Like with no context, that sounds horrible.
With context, it's worse.
Yeah.
That sucks, dude.
Yeah.
Fuck, to be Jeanette McCurdy and all that is...
Yeah.
Makes me feel bad for every time I listen to Nickelodeon Girls by Pink Guy.
Oh.
Yeah. That didn't age well.
Yeah, no, it didn't. It wasn't even well when it came out. It was disgusting when it came out. But
Nickelodeon
people let
Girls!
it slide. But people let it slide because it was like, edgy and shit. Like obviously you could tell it was a joke, but like
that was the worst one's Dora the Explorer. That's the worst song on that album.
Oh no.
That's the worst one. I remember because I bought his album on Bandcamp back in the day. So when I was loading my iPod up, I got the flags for it, and I was going through them, and I was like, Dora the Explorer. Delete. Just don't even put that one on there.
Oh no. Those come up on my shuffle sometimes, and I just laugh because it's just like wow, simpler times.
Thank God these things. This didn't show up. I guess this isn't really in modern streaming services. You can tell this thing to skip certain songs when shuffling. Like you can label, so like all of Pink Guy's stuff, I just have it like skip. So if I'm ever playing this and people are over, it won't shuffle into a Pink Guy album.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's helpful.
So the next thing I wanted to talk about a little bit comedy.
Hey,
Doing some stand up now.
I do that. Whoa.
We talked about it a little bit earlier, but now we can discuss it more. You actually did a stand up show.
I did.
A little small one.
It's a little
at
modest.
the, what was it, the Dallas Comedy Club?
Yeah, which sounds like it's very old, but it was established like 3 years ago.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw it was pretty new.
But yeah, so I did my first stand-up. It was like, at the beginning of the year, I said, like, I don't really do New Year's resolutions, but I do like to have goals. So I said, hey, this year I would like to do a few things. I'd like to quit my job and do TV and production work, which I did. And then one of the other things was, like, I would like to do stand-up. So in May, I have a friend who, he did a lot of stand-up-esque videos on TikTok. His name's Kenny Coas. Later, I'll get you the @ we could put it over his screen and maybe give him a shout out.
Shout out to Kenny.
Kenny's funny, and so Kenny would do a lot of, like, he put a lavalier mic in a tampon or a cigarette or something, and he would just be standing there on in his TikTok videos, basically doing stand-up sets. But he was like, no, I really want to go on stage, and we talked about it while we were bowling together. And one night he goes, dude, I got on stage at the Dallas Comedy Club. I'm on the schedule.
Oh.
Do you want to go? And I was like, fuck yeah. So I had him come get me, and I didn't tell any of my other friends. He was the only guy I knew there, because I was just like, I kind of want to get up on stage, and if I bomb, I can't have people I love in the crowd. I'll never be able to look them in the eyes again.
Oh, no.
So I went and I put myself on the standby list, which is like, you know, if someone doesn't show up, then they have backup so they can still fill their time slot.
Yeah.
And so I put myself on the standby, and lo and behold, I got called. And I just kind of did a set that I've been thinking of off the top of my head. And I had originally I was going to have him film, so I was there with like 8 people. They were all Kenny's friends, and I told these people that I put myself on the standby. And after Kenny did his set, and we're like in the front row. After Kenny did his set, they like all got up and left. So I'm sitting there, and then the next guy's set starts, and I'm like, I can't like get on my phone or get up. It's like super disrespectful. So I'm just like, where the fuck did they go? And I'm sitting there for like 15 minutes by myself, and then they call me. So I put my phone in my tequila glass, and I just put the wide angle up just to try and get it in case I fucked up the angle. And then I just went up there, and so I opened my set by being like, hey guys, I'd give a shout out to my friends, but they all took off, and like that got everybody laughing. So the rest of it went pretty smooth. And then I got out in the lobby, and Kenny's like, oh, you went? And I was like, just, and then
damn.
Yeah, so, but it worked out pretty well. That actually gave me a good opener that kind of set the tone, and I didn't bomb. What the fuck?
Yeah, I thought it was
and
good.
Then, yeah,
I
so
liked
I
it.
cut that up, and that's on my channel, and those clips all did very well, and I want to do more. It's just, like, right after that we moved, and then my car broke down, and I've been trying to work, so, like, I haven't had time to get back up on stage, but I want to. I want to so bad, and I want to do stand-up videos, and so Kenny and I have been planning another outing. He went again. Again without me, and he bombed. So, fucking wait, Kenny. I have to be there. You need me.
Your good luck charm.
Yeah.
Is right here.
It's me. I'm the good, funny charm. But no, it's.
I liked how a lot of it had to do with Target.
Yeah.
That was good.
Yeah, so some context that viewers don't have is like that was a hot topic for the night. Like, I think 2 other people had talked about... One guy talked about working at Target or something. Or like... No. It was... A lot of people talked about racism. Another guy had talked about Target because he did a whole set about his girl dating a girl who worked at Target. And so he heard all of the gossip. Oh, Julie's a whore. Oh, whoever is pregnant or whatever. And so he would, like, go to the store and look at people differently. And then when his girlfriend broke up with him, he, like, went to the customer service desk and was like, girl, guess who broke up with me? Like... Shit was such a good set. That dude was so funny. And
That's
so I was
amazing.
just like, fuck, I guess I had only planned the first part of the set, which was the talking about like road rage. And the road rage bit did okay, but not as well. And so on the spot, I was like, okay, someone else talked about Target. Maybe I could play off of that. And that was definitely the hit of the night from my set. That was the best part that I had. So it was...
A lot of parallels to what we talked about last time.
Yeah, it did. It did.
Yeah.
I think.
I
did the stand up probably because we did our thing in May, probably April. Yeah, so it was like right before I went up on stage, so it was fresh on my mind.
Yeah, I remember it was like not long after.
Yeah, what a good time.
Yeah, a lot of that stuff happened pretty quickly after you were on last.
So
time.
I definitely want to do more. It was exhilarating. It was amazing. It was so cool. I just had to find the time.
That sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's talk about your old tech stuff. We delved a little bit into it with the burning CDs and the iPod and all that. But you have also put out a 30-minute video talking about all of your gripes with modern technology, and I could not agree more.
Yeah, I snapped, dude.
With all of it.
I lost it.
It's great. I showed it to Liam. He thought it was really good. Along with that, you started collecting Macs.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about that.
So I've always kind of loved early 2000s Apple design because that's what I grew up with. You know, those iMacs in my elementary school were the see-through G3s and a lot of, like, my teachers had the big old titanium MacBooks and stuff like that. And so it was stuff I was always kind of interested in. And then when I was in quarantine, I started watching a lot of videos about it. Like Computer Clan and guys who are like kind of memorializing those old computers and talking about them. And I read Steve Jobs' biography and stuff. And so I was on like an old Apple kick. And then I found out I was having a baby. And so, you know, when you're 22 years old and you're going to have a kid, that becomes a coping mechanism. So that was kind of how I stayed out of my head. Was I got into vintage Macs and I collected them and fixed them up and stuff. And after that, I got into iPods. So, like, well, vintage Mac wise, I've got like, I still have a bunch in the closet and I'm slowly selling them off. But I have like the first Macintosh ever. I've got the first iMac. I like the first of things. I think the first of things is cool. Looking where something started and where it ended. And so I did the Mac phase, and then I got into a little iPod phase. So now I have a small iPod collection. Like, I've got, this is like the first iPod ever made right here. If you can see it.
It's a beauty.
Oh, I love this thing. Big old chunky. I mean, look at that compared. This is 2001, 2004. Like, they slimmed it up a lot. They were always slimming these things up. But yeah, getting into iPod, that's what kind of got me into my music phase and stuff. And now I'm actually into vintage audio and video equipment. So I've been burning CDs. I have like an old hi-fi that my mom's friend found in the garage with like a tape deck at the bottom and an EQ and stuff. And so I want to play around with making tapes. And I've got a shelf behind me lined with camcorders. I don't know if you've ever even seen that.
I think you posted a photo or something.
Show you
of the whole thing.
Change video background. So like up there, on top of the shelf. Sick. Yeah, it's covered. I've got a
beautiful
mini DV camcorder, one that records mini DVDs. That one is crazy. Like GameCube's DVDs.
That is cool.
One that does high 8 tape and one that does VHS-C tape. And I also want to get a big full-size VHS mounted thing. It's really cool learning how video cassettes and tapes and all of that like originated, where they come from, how they work too. Like high 8 is super cool because it can do. So VHS-C versus high 8 was a big battle. VHS versus basically Sony by themselves. Who is like, if you've ever watched the channel Technology Connections, he talks a lot about like Betamax and stuff. Sony's always like done their own thing and fought and lost against like whatever the standards are. So Sony had these high 8 tapes, which are 8mm, and they're cool, but like they couldn't play on a TV. You had to plug your camera into the TV and play it off the camera.
Yeah, I think that's one of the cameras my dad had.
And then VHS-C was these little tapes, and it's full-size VHS tape in there. So VHS themselves, like JVC and stuff, made these adapters. You just drop it into an adapter, and it goes into a full-size VCR, and you can watch on your TV. But it records analog audio, and high 8 does digital audio on the tape. So it's like stereo. Sounds really nice. So it's just fun.
That is cool.
By the way, if anybody wants a music video made, I'll give you the real VHS look, okay? I know there's SoundCloud rappers out there that want that VHS style, okay? Don't put a filter over your iPhone video. Get the real thing. I can get you the real thing.
Yeah, it is genuinely a lot cooler. You even made some videos recently with it.
I got a few. I went
a little apartment studio tour, but it's recorded in 1998.
Yeah, I've been doing my home videos on it now.
I love that.
Whenever like Holly is doing something silly, I whip out the camcorder now and I record it instead.
That's actually really
nice.
cool.
And I'm trying to get into film photography now too, because I just want to ditch my phone for as many things.
You're gonna make her feel a lot older.
I know
than
she's
she
gonna
is,
be pissed.
Like in a couple of years, when like she's gonna see like all these like old ass looking videos, but they're actually from like a few years ago.
Be like, dude, my friend has like 4K videos of her when she was a baby. I'm like, but are they cool? No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw you were posting a couple videos you were burning onto your computer. You were showing them to Holly.
Yeah.
And she's just looking at you as a baby. I just thought
that's what got me into the tape stuff. Is I basically was we started going to estate sales, and I found that exact tape camcorder, which is like a Sony, like a TRV-66 NTSC, something like that. And that was the camcorder my mom had when I was a kid. And we no longer have the camcorder. She lent it to someone who never gave it back. But we found all my tapes. And so I was at the garage sale or the estate sale. I grabbed that camcorder up for like $60, and they go for like $150 to $200 easily on eBay. And it works perfectly. And I put all my tapes in it, and I digitized it. I just run it through a little box that plugs into my computer, and then OBS records it. So I spent like a week just digitizing like 16 hours of tapes from like the day before I was born all the way through when I was like 3 or 4 years old. And then my mom got a digital camera. So I finally filled in that gap of stuff that I didn't have.
That's beautiful.
It feels good to have.
I had a bunch of old tapes, but I think we lost them or we didn't bring them along in the move, so they're probably long gone. Yeah.
It's
a lot of family drama and shit.
It sucks.
I don't know. A lot of that shit's lost.
It sucks.
To time.
My aunt, she had all of her tapes in a storage unit, and then they missed a payment, and then the storage place, sold it to the highest bidder or whatever. And my aunt was like begging the guy. She was like, "You can keep all the furniture and the TVs and the games and all that stuff. Like, can I just have my photos and my tapes?" And the guy was like, "No." So there's and then I found her wedding tape and the birth of her second son on those in our box of tapes. And so she called me like crying, like, "Oh my God, I can't believe you found these. I haven't seen these in like 10, 15 years." So it was really nice to save those.
Yeah. Makes me wish that a lot of that stuff was simpler, but if you have the means, might as well go all out.
People have asked me that too, like, why shoot on tape when you have to digitize and then cut it up and export it, and then why take film?
Because it's more fun.
Yeah, well, not just that too. I feel like
you don't get. I feel
like there's something holistic about the process. Like syncing music to my iPod is kind of a pain in the ass because like if new music comes out, either I have to find it on a CD, like get the CD for the new album, or buy it on iTunes, or like also. Not saying I do this, but there's an app that downloads Spotify music for free, so that's an option. For legal reasons, I don't do that, but and then it goes into the iTunes library, and then I have to plug the iPod in and sync it and wait, and it's like USB 2.0, so it takes a little while for a whole album to drop on it. But like the process of sitting down and doing that, it's like this is all my music. Like no internet. Power goes out in my house, like this thing lasts like 3 days on a charge. Internet goes down, song gets removed from Spotify. Not a problem. Not an issue. It's all right here, and it's permanently here. Like, this is mine. So I like that. And also, beautiful too, thing. Like, using this for music, it's like I can leave my phone in my room for more stuff. When I'm doing yard work, when I'm running errands, grocery shopping, I can put my phone away because I feel like, for me, I struggle with being on my phone too much. Like I've had to remove everything. Like my home screen is like all default apps now. Like I've deleted all social media except Snapchat. And like when I go to skip songs or if I want to pull up a song, I feel like opening Spotify or waking up my screen to skip opens up the opportunity for me to, I've got a notification. Let me check this out. Let me go on Twitter or whatever. Like it's already unlocked. This way I can listen to music without distractions. It's nice.
That's good.
It's very nice.
I'm actually really inspired by a lot of that. I'm thinking I might want to get myself an iPod.
It's fucking fun, dude.
I have my original iPod Nano, but that thing is dead. Like I've tried charging it, it doesn't turn on.
The Nanos had it the worst because they're so irreparable.
It's it's a green one. It was the one with when they added the video camera.
Okay, so fifth
the
gen.
Back of it. Yeah. That was the one I had that, and I had an iPod Shuffle before that, but that iPod Shuffle's probably...
I still have my OG Shuffle from 2008, and it works perfectly.
Yeah, mine I think was from...
Mine was like the clip, but it was the one that was wide.
Yeah,
like the later ones were like a perfect square. Mine kind of has like a lip next to the play and pause.
Yeah, no, mine I had the wide one
I
too.
take that on runs now.
Yeah,
instead of like I used to do.
Cool.
The whole reason I got an Apple Watch back when I had one was because I like wanted to put my music on the watch, put my AirPods on, and then go for a run with empty pockets, no phone, and those things just never worked. The watch wouldn't play the music. It wouldn't connect to the AirPods. I'd have to put them in the case and take them out. Now I just go for a run and I clip my Shuffle to my shirt, and it's the same thing, but it works. So
that's awesome. I love that.
It's been nice, like getting away from it, and like my home music setup now is it's almost all analog. So I got these big old box cabinet speakers from the record store. And then I have two more on top that my mom's friend found in the garage. And then they're all wired into a receiver that's hooked to the TV. So my music, what I do is I have an Apple TV, and I stream my iTunes library from my computer over the network. So it's still my music. It's not like Spotify. So it's my CD quality stuff. And it plays off those speakers. Yeah. And then I also have a Sony 5-disc CD changer. The one that like it pops out and there's a Rolodex of CDs spinning around.
I had one of those too. It wasn't the exact same thing.
Nice.
But my dad had it. It had like I think 2 or 3 disc slots on it. You could switch.
I want one of those that does like 10 discs.
I thought that was like the coolest thing as a kid.
They're fucking crazy.
Yeah, I've seen those.
The Sony one's insane. It has shuffle, and you can shuffle among the discs. It doesn't like doing that, and it fucks up the audio sometimes for some reason. Probably because it's fucking 20 years old, but.
And it's probably really complicated.
So like there's the Rolodex of CDs, and then the player is in the back corner. So it rolls the CD under, and then it actually picks up the CD and it spins it up off the deck with the laser going through. And then it like sets it back down and then rotates for the next CD. And so it's overly complicated, but very cool.
Yeah, it does sound pretty overly complicated.
Sony, man, they love over-engineering stuff.
How do you feel deleting social media off your phone as well?
It helped a lot. Well, so I have a 13 mini because I don't like how big the phones are, and it's really helped battery life.
Yeah.
Because this thing, it's a great chip. It's a great battery. I'd say it's pretty close to the iPhone 11's battery life, give or take an hour or two. But like taking off social media and not using it, I've been able to pull like 2 days out of this little thing. Like I just don't like being on it anymore. It's just miserable. All it is people complaining or whatever. And then like I want to spend more time being outside doing stuff, like going and shooting photos with my friends and watching movies and being outside exercising. And I feel like just every minute that I spend on Twitter absorbs it. It just takes it away and I get nothing done. And I just there was a...
Yeah, I'm kind of starting to feel that way as well. I've been so wired to that shit like my whole life basically, and like it'll be hard to like transition, but I feel like once I
wasn't wired to it for my whole life. I was I wasn't allowed to have any of that shit till I was like 13. Like my parents did not give me a phone, a computer, none of that. So I've got pretty vivid recollections of when me and my friends would go out and just fuck around. We'd be running through the neighborhood, climbing stuff. I used to read books back then. Like it's been like I miss it.
Yeah, me too.
Like I'm trying to get back to that because I remember a time when I got lots of stuff done in a day. Like part of it's just getting older too. Your perspective changes, but now an hour is worthless.
Right.
In your 20s, an hour is nothing.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Like we've been here for an hour already, but when you're a kid, an hour is like forever. And I think that part of it is perspective, but part of it is also like, I get on my phone and I could spend an hour on TikTok. Just don't want it anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And they're all when I'm on it too, it's just ads now. Everywhere I go is ads everywhere. I'm over it.
Yeah, I get too many of them now. I've noticed that especially in the last week.
So disconnecting. It's helped me kind of regain my focus. I'm not as distracted as a person. I'm not. I've started reading again, so I've kind of expanded. I feel like my brain is getting a workout again. I'm focused. Feels good. I think one other point too is like, I recently kind of realized that like so. back when social media was created and in kind of the height, the booming period, social media was designed to help people connect. Like that was the goal, was to get people online and help them share photos with Instagram, share videos with YouTube or TikTok, talk to each other, Facebook or Twitter. And then what I kind of noticed last year or so was that the new focus is to keep people online as long as possible to sell ads.
Yeah.
It's not about connecting people
more about
because
the
half
money.
the shit doesn't work. Yeah, or like YouTube just has features that don't work. Mm-hmm. Instagram is removing stuff. Like they're completely taking the emphasis away from photos. Everybody's becoming TikTok, and it's not so much TikTok that I have the problem with. It's the fact that everybody is this is the app that everyone's picked to rip off, like Snapchat 5 years ago with stories. Mm-hmm. And so, whereas YouTube is about broadcast yourself, now YouTube is about keep people on the site as long as possible. You get rewarded for having good watch time, which keeps people online.
Yes.
Instagram has created Reels to get people to leave TikTok because they want to keep people on their app as long as possible. Twitter just serves you a billion ads all the time. Same thing with Facebook. And Facebook wants you to use Instagram. They want you to use WhatsApp, Facebook, because they want you to stay on their thing. All of the apps nowadays are black and white. You ever notice that? All of our feeds are black and white. All the color's been drained away because the focus is keeping people entertained and focused on the content, because if anything distracts them and they look away, they'll leave the app. That's what it's about. And keeping you on the app means they can serve you more ads and make more money. And so I've kind of, I guess I'm a little bit of a contrarian, and so just thinking about that makes me want to not be on their apps at all. So I don't even use them. And also they use them to fucking track everything. Like even though Apple lets you disable tracking on your phone, people are like, oh, look at that. Facebook inserted code into the web browser to track people to get around Apple's app tracking stuff. Like it never ends. So I just keep all the apps off my phone. If I want to go on Amazon, I go on Amazon through my browser. YouTube through my browser. Twitter I blocked. Stay away from me.
Yeah.
But
no more.
I'm over apps. I'm just over them, dude.
I get it. It's not the same it used to be. It's
really
all about the money now, and there's nothing human about any of it.
And vanity. It's money and vanity, and everybody thinks that they're famous, and all the Twitter bios are like, your favorite, whatever. And I'm like, I don't know you. You're actually my least favorite because I don't know who you are.
Yeah.
And it's just it's all fake and everything. Mm. I just want to focus on like in-person connections and stuff.
I'm thinking I want to try and do better with that as well, because I didn't get a lot of that growing up. I was kind of... Yeah,
and I don't mind something like this. Like Discord is awesome, because you're actually hearing people and seeing them and playing games with them and stuff. But and you have these private servers, so people are less afraid to just be themselves instead of having to put up this like front that everyone does. So, but yeah, the rest of them I'm over. At least Discord doesn't give you ads. They're just like, please give us money. 8 megabyte file limit. Come on.
Yeah, that is a little...
They upped Nitro. It's 500 megs now.
I did see that, yeah.
You need to update the basic one, Discord.
Yeah.
Give us 50.
Yeah.
Give us 50 and then 500. Please.
Amazing. Please.
It's unusable.
Please, Discord. We need it.
Please.
So, what was the transition of you becoming a freelancer and quitting your day job like?
It was weird. So I started doing the freelance and contract work in October. My first job was completely a fluke. A guy that I went to class with was working on a set for Paramount, and they were like, hey, we need another guy, whatever. So he recommended me, and so they just called me up. Were like, hey, you got a recommendation. Will you come work for us? And then after that, I learned that there's a site called Staff Me Up, which is basically Indeed, but for production jobs. Ooh. So a lot of it is like people list, they have a job, you apply, send a resume, and hope you get it. And so those were kind of spotty, and so I filled in with the freelancing. And so it's like I've got this camera, I've got this laptop and stuff. And being a freelancer means I can write all of it off, which is awesome. Everything in this room is a write-off.
Good shit.
But like, it's been kind of a rough transition, I won't lie. Like, the work is spotty because it's not guaranteed.
Yeah.
It's not guaranteed, and you pay more taxes because it's self-employment. So It's been kind of spotty. The only way I've really been able to do it is because my girlfriend has a full-time job. She's the graphic designer for Topgolf now.
Ooh.
So she is. I basically, when I'm not working, I'm home cleaning, dishes, cooking, keeping the house rolling while she's at work. And then I'm also doing my TV jobs on the side. So together we're able to, we live together and make it work.
Right.
If I was getting jobs all the time, I'd be able to do it all on my own. But right now, Texas is just not a good place for production assistant work.
Yeah.
I'm trying to scale into camera work because once you do camera stuff, you're set, dude. There's so much work, there's so much money. Yeah. It's very much a leap of faith at the start.
Right.
Like and I had some savings saved up, so like when my truck broke down, that helped me stay on my feet. Not be completely out of money, but like if you were gonna ever jump into something, I would say like, first of all, get a couple clients and do that stuff while you're working your main job, so you can get a feel for how often and how far between the jobs are, and have a savings account so like you can support yourself in between. Because like one job for a week is. I worked for like 3 days, and that was more than I would make in a month at my regular job.
Right.
But then I didn't get another job for like 2 weeks, so like that's where you have to space it out. And
exactly.
The initial reason I quit my hourly job was because I was getting so many TV jobs that like I was calling out of shifts, and I was kind of fucking the team over. So that's when I was like, okay, I got to pick. But yeah, it's been very interesting. I mean, it's fun, and I'm doing what I love, and I'm learning to, I've definitely had to learn to budget more. Because there's not guaranteed money coming in all the time. So I'm learning to, like the iPod has also helped teach me how to buy things used instead of brand new. And used stuff is so much cheaper. Like this is what I rip my stuff with. This is the Apple Super Drive.
Yeah. And
this fucker is like $80, and I found somebody basically open box, new in box on Facebook Marketplace for $10. They were like, I bought it, used it one time, don't need it.
That's not bad.
Simple. So you got to learn how to budget. You have to learn how to save, and you have to always be applying for stuff. And you also have to be willing to do anything. Like some of the jobs I've done have just been like stupid. But
yeah,
it's worth it.
Money's money.
Got to get that guap.
Do you see yourself going back to another day job?
No. I can't.
No more BAM liquidation.
Nah, BAM was fine too. It's just like I can't see myself. Like now that I've been doing this, where I'm at home some days, getting a break in between. Like the TV jobs are intense. Like you're doing like 16-hour days sometimes. My first job,
I did a couple jobs in high school like that.
Yeah, you know how it is. Like the first job I ever did was also one of the most intense. It was like we went out of town, and all my travel costs were paid for. I went to like this resort in the mountains. And we shot for like 6 days, and like every day I was like waking up at 8, going down, filling the truck with gas, grabbing everybody's coffee, looking up the lunch place, driving people everywhere, unloading the car, setting everything up, and I was getting in bed at like midnight, and it was just like every day on loop. Like I did not have a second for myself. It's way more intense than an 8-hour shift where you go home and then. But the other thing was, it was like I could do a lot of that work, but then I could take a week or two and relax.
Yeah.
And work on stuff. And it's also like I'm working in TV and film and the stuff that I'm passionate about. And I'm getting to see things get made. Like I could talk about that show now. It's out. It's called Murder Under the Friday Night Lights. It's on Discovery Plus. I worked on season 1, episode 3. And then also season 2, but it's not out yet. And I don't know, you get to see the final product and you're like, holy shit, I was there for all of that. And
that must
meet
be really
people
cool.
And then those and like the producer from that job hit me up, and I just worked for him last week on another thing. And it was so cool he remembered my name. And then I got a recommendation from the camera guy for another gig that I'm working next week. So, like, it starts to snowball, and you just love it. It's so much fun. You're working with people that are passionate about the same thing, doing the stuff that you're passionate about. Like, I can never go back to signing away Monday through Friday at a job,
Right.
Being like, okay, for 8 hours tomorrow, the whole livable day, I'm going to be, behind a desk? Working at a cash register? I can't do it.
Yeah, I'm trying to see if I can find ways to.
There's so many jobs around you. There's so many jobs around you. I'm not even kidding. I have notifications on for New York, just to make myself hustle. And it's like there's PA stuff all the time. Sometimes I apply and I'm like, hey, I know you'll have to pay for travel, but I'm like really good. And then they're like, no, fuck off. I'm like, oh, okay. But you could find work
Maybe
easily.
someday.
There's always PA shit around New York.
If you're writing for SNL, maybe you'll end up in the city.
Also, yeah. I want to scale the stand-up into... I'd love to be a comedy writer.
That would be really cool.
That would be...
Like,
that's my
someday.
dream right now. That's my goal. Comedy writer is my goal.
Yeah?
Like, fuck, dude.
That's awesome.
I don't even care about the spotlight. If I could be a comedy writer for SNL and make skits that people really like and get paid for it, that is literally all I need.
He's going to save SNL. He's going to do it.
I am. I'm going to bring the
Guaranteed.
penis clown to SNL. We're going to license him.
Guaranteed. Savior.
That would be crazy if they let me do that.
You guys remember this funny meme from 2017? Well, we're ripping it for our show
That's
now.
true. I probably wouldn't end up on there until that meme is like
you could be a guest
10
host.
Years old. There we go. But what am I doing? What am I doing that gets me guest host?
I don't know.
Number one podcast guest
Ooh.
in America. We got to make 10 more of these episodes after this, Jim.
Yeah. We'll make it happen.
We're just gonna
within the next year. We'll
go.
get a couple more out.
I'm gonna be a weekly guest on the show. They'll have a segment where I call in every episode.
Yeah, we got Cole Perrine calling. What's up, Cole?
Yeah, I'm coming over the phone. I'm like, hey, I'm filming my podcast. I was wondering if I could just interview your guest for a couple questions.
You know,
Kill two
kids.
birds with one stone.
They don't recognize this symbol when you go to hold up your phone now.
No way.
Yeah, I had this conversation with somebody, or I saw a video or something. Like, kids will now go like this, like holding an iPhone.
Oh, that's freaky.
It is freaky.
So like I'm like, call me. Someone's like, hook 'em horns. What are you talking about? This looks like there's a crab walking up my face.
Yeah.
There's a little hex bug jittering on.
Yeah. Then the bigger the phone gets, it's gonna be like.
Oh yeah, dude.
Yeah.
I don't know how people use the 11 Pro Max or the 12, whatever the current phone, the Pro Max size.
Yeah. No, I
can't fathom it.
I would be ringing people up and like they're doing like Apple Pay and they have these big ass phones. I'm like, how do you hold that? Like,
you want to see the biggest phone I've ever owned? Look at this. I have it on the shelf.
I gotta see
The Nexus 6 from 2015. Look at that.
That thing is huge.
This is bigger than the Pro Max. Look at that. That is my whole
fucking
grip.
huge.
Like for reference, there's the Mini next to it.
Wow.
This phone is a phablet. Dude.
I love the YouTube sticker on there.
Yeah, that's so 2015 right there.
That is great, actually.
I got that at YouTube Creator Day. Back when they cared enough to invite me to shit.
That's cool that you even got that opportunity.
Yeah, it was weird. I met people that I still talk to occasionally.
That's cool.
We had fun.
I love stuff like that.
I wish they'd do more like that.
I don't know. I've never been to anything like that. So.
It's not as great as it sounds. It was cool, but
yeah, no, I
didn't
can't
amount
imagine
to anything.
it is.
It's funny though. I did notice they taught us this thing. So they had people from YouTube there to like answer questions and give advice or whatever.
Mm-hmm. And
they told us one of the tips that I always listened to was like when you're making your description, fit your hook and your tagline into 3 lines because that's what everybody sees. Like on the desktop site, there's the drop down show more, but there was always 3 lines. And now the site adapts automatically. It moves the like and comment buttons around and all this stuff. It looks like shit, by the way.
Yeah, I don't like it.
Yeah, well, now it's less than 3 lines. It's like a line and a half. Sometimes, but it changes. So you can never guess what all people are going to be able to read.
Yeah, it's never
no longer
consistent. Sometimes I have it like the old way, or sometimes it changes. Or it depends on which account I'm logged into.
Yeah, with mine, it's like they got rid of a lot of lines separating things. So everything's on the same white plane.
Yeah.
And so you'll have, depending on the length of the name in the channel, either your dislike buttons, all that will be in the same spot, or they move beneath the description, and then that's just white space. Makes no sense. It's the worst shit I've ever seen.
I think that's a good transition to talk about this document you were talking about.
Yes. Oof.
What's that?
So in I think April, I'm giving them a year before I post it to see if they do anything. In April, I sent a message to the creator liaison at the time, Matt Koval, super cool guy. Him and I had been chatting about a few things here and there. I was basically like, look, I've got a lot of issues with the new YouTube layout. Like a lot of things with how it works and all that like I think they make the app more confusing, worse. Can I outline them for you and you send them to the product team? So he let me make a document which turned into like 20 pages It's a lot of images, so it's not all 20 pages of text, but I took screenshots of the old YouTube, which I have on a lot of these old phones that aren't updated, and the new YouTube, and I put them side by side, and I was like, look at this thing, see how this has changed and gotten worse? It worked perfectly this way for years. Like, one of the things, if you go to your channel page, you remember you set up the channel sections? In between channel sections, there used to be an arrow, like a drop-down arrow that said view more content. They got rid of that, and there's actually nothing now. Like, it literally goes line to line with the next section. So you have no way, there's no click for more info. You have no way of knowing that these sections have more content. You don't know where they end sometimes. Like, it was a very weird thing to take out, but it's made the app harder to use. And I had a couple other complaints with, like, the way that shorts worked. Like, there's no, like, save to playlist, and your shorts would not show in your history and all this stuff. Yeah. And I was like, give us a save to playlist button on shorts. They took all the color out of the channel banners. Like, you remember the top of the app used to match your channel, like color. Yeah, no. So every YouTube channel had their own color, and now it's just plain white. And it looks like shit because it's like you've got this colorful banner. You have white, colorful banner, white. Like, it's totally broken. It used to blend really nicely.
Yep.
They ripped off the whole TikTok profile page where your photo's in the center and now your bio is beneath it. And it's shoved everything on the page down. Like 1 or 2 entire videos are gone that used to be clickable there. Like, it's such a waste of space. Whereas you used to have your photo and then the subscribe button next to it. Like, it was a way better. Like, all this stuff where I was like, these changes suck, and I've seen nothing but people upset. And so I made this huge document, and I submitted it. And then he was like, all right, we've gotten over to the product team, whatever, looking at it. And so far it's been 6 months, and I've seen none of it. So, I don't know. I'm giving him a year, and then I'll probably make a video talking about it, because I think it's stuff that needs to get fucking cleaned up on this app.
Is it a new brand suicide?
I don't know. I've been thinking about it. I have been thinking about coming. I mean, that rant was almost a brand suicide.
Yeah, I was gonna say it was kind of like a deluxe brand suicide, talking about like tons of different stuff.
But yeah, it's just stuff like that where, like, I feel like the app has just gone to complete shit. The icons look like ass. Who made the new YouTube icons?
Yeah.
Have you seen them? They look like they were drawn in paint. They're so... And it's crazy because they were like, oh, we did this for accessibility. But, like, I would have figured the old icons that were solid gray would have been easier to see than these tiny little super thin see-through things. And, like, they're visibly worse.
Mm-hmm.
This looks like YouTube should have looked maybe 10 years ago, and it should look now like it did 10 years ago.
Yeah, it's all reverse.
I just don't like
everything's too minimal now, but like a little too minimal.
It's all black and white.
Bland. It's all bland and
all the colors gone. Those buttons used to be red, and then they switched them to gray. And it's like, I get why they would be gray, because people might be red colorblind and not be able to see that. But then switching to just like so thin that they're not even there. It's like, who did this?
Yeah.
Who's in charge of this?
Yeah.
It was looking really good for a while. I loved the YouTube app right before they redid those things. It's like a lot.
They gotta bring back all these old features.
Like, I don't know what it is. Like they they got rid of being able to view videos by oldest.
I don't like that.
Can't sort by oldest, and like
you still can if you go to a certain part of like, I think if you go to your main part of your channel on mobile and then you hit uploads. Is it gone? Hold on.
It's definitely gone from desktop, and I don't have the app, but I'm pretty sure it's gone for me too.
No, wait. If you go to just your uploads, you have you just hit that, and then it'll still give you the oldest.
But that's only for
if you
you can't go to someone's channel and see that.
Oh, yeah.
And that's what I would want to do, because
hold on.
People watching channels have been around for like 10, 15 years. What if I want to go back and watch old Vanoss or Tobuscus videos?
I can go to your channel, and it's still there.
Well, you're lucky, because that was gone for me before I deleted YouTube off my phone.
Yeah, I guess I am lucky. I don't know. I guess I'm just lucky like that.
It's just silly, dude. It's just silly. So I'm giving them 6 more months, and then I'll probably make a full video breaking down all the stuff that I said. Like, I guess they did touch up one thing after I said this, where it was like they created a Shorts Rolodex in your history, so you could scroll through the shorts that you watch without having to scroll through a long page, because these shorts are like, one by one by one, so they would flood your history otherwise. So they just weren't showing. And now they've got a Rolodex, which was kind of nice, but like still no I can't save to a playlist because my liked videos, because playlists on YouTube have a 5,000 video limit. So my liked videos playlist had stopped updating long ago. Yeah. So if I like a short, if you want me to use this platform and come back to it, if I like a short, I can't find it. I have to go to my history, find the short, hit the triple dot, and then I can add it to a playlist. There's no way to add a short to a playlist from the viewing page. And like that seems like something so obvious. Like people were like, "Oh, give us the TikTok green screen feature," and they gave it to him immediately. But you can't make a button?
Yeah, they really got their priorities in the wrong places.
Jeez, I don't know. It's just
fucking crazy.
And then like the there's still no community posts on tablets. This one cracked me up.
Oh, really?
This one cracked me up. For like, it came out in 2017? For 5 years, that tab on tablets has said coming soon, right? Community posts coming soon. They never put them on there. I sent him the document. Immediately, the app updates and changes it to community posts aren't available on tablets. Rather than be like, well, here's why we haven't done it. Why would you not put text posts on a tablet? Made for reading things! Dude, there's people that watch. If you have a folding phone, like a Samsung, if you open the Fold, it loads the tablet version of YouTube for Android, so you don't have community posts on your phone.
Wow.
And there's people that pay, right? So YouTube doesn't have a community like a members only video section on channels. So at least when I researched this, I had a friend who used memberships a lot. The only way to keep up with member-only videos were community posts. Channels will post, here's a member-only video, and then they'll put it in the community post and share it. Well, if you're on a tablet, you literally can't see this content that you're paying for.
That's fucked.
Why not put that on? Why are they fighting so hard on not putting that on tablets? I don't know.
I didn't even know that was a problem.
I asked Matt. I was like, can you tell me this? And he just was like, no. And then like a week later, he quit. So
wow.
That must have sucked. That position must have been really hard. I got a lot of respect for Matthew Koval.
Shout out to Matthew Koval. Yeah. He seems like a real one.
He's back on YouTube now doing videos talking about things from the perspective of like inside YouTube that he learned.
Oh yeah, now that he's had that experience, he can really like
he's kind of spilling the beans. Perspective. Yeah.
Yeah, especially since YouTube's very like quiet about a lot of things. Their communication is complete shit.
No, I wouldn't say it's complete shit. It's gotten a lot better.
No, yeah. Actually,
I give him credit there. At least, like, the CEO makes her little, quarterly address, and they post on their Twitter all the time, and you can contact them there. But, like, you gotta... when they're running experiments now, they talk about it. They talk about things that they're planning, even if their mind is already set, and then you're like, hey, we don't like that, and they're like, we don't care, we're doing it anyway. At least they tell you, because they used to just do it.
Yeah, they'll give you an announcement ahead of time, and you'll be like, yeah, this fucking sucks. They'll be like, okay, we don't care, we're doing it anyway.
At least you know when it's coming.
Yeah.
Yep.
It still doesn't help, though, when they still do it anyway.
Yeah.
Then it's just something you got to deal with.
Yeah, it's unfortunate.
Yeah.
But that's how YouTube goes, which is why I'm trying to get on TV. Isn't that weird?
Yeah. Yeah, crazy how that works.
We used to just shit on television. Oh, TV is dying. It's a dying medium. Late night TV hosts suck. All this stuff. YouTube, the internet's the future, and YouTube has fucked the whole site now. That being on television is actually a more reliable job than making YouTube videos.
Crazy how the world works with that. They did a whole 360. Just reverted back to going to TV.
So now I want the Tonight Show. I want it.
And even, years ago, people would be like, oh, fucking sellout. Because I remember Markiplier was on, a Disney Channel show or something, and people called him a sellout.
Yep.
But now that's, more accepted.
It's more accepted now that everybody's getting treated bad.
Yeah, exactly.
Now we're all like, oh.
Yeah.
Even...
people from YouTube are starting to...
Superwoman.
Be looked at more seriously.
Did you ever see that?
Whether they end up making good content or bad content.
Well, Superwoman's television show sucked, and
that's what I'm saying.
For a while, people shat on that. I have a lot of respect for her for taking that leap.
No, I do. I 100%
totally
do.
Different world. But not being able to take criticism and then just marking it all off as hate. Now, that sucks. But
right.
I don't like her attitude. But she had the guts to go and do that, and it failed miserably. She's still working on it though, so
she gave it a shot. And now she's gonna be in a Muppets show.
She really?
On Disney Plus. Yeah.
That's about she does kid content. Why was she not making like a kid show? She does sketches with poo poo fart. Why doesn't she just make a Disney show?
With Electric Mayhem. It's like a show based on Electric Mayhem mostly. She's going to be in that. I don't know what role she's going to have, but
that'll be nice to see where that
goes.
She's
set as one of the top people in that. So,
speaking of Disney Plus, that's another good topic is the HBO Max. Was
that
on the list?
That's the last thing I have written down.
Ooh.
Last thing we're going to get into. So, I made episode 41 of the podcast. I talked about my thoughts on all of the bullshit with that, but I feel like, especially with someone that now has TV background, even worked with HBO.
I worked for HBO Max specifically. It was an HBO Max show.
So what are your thoughts on all of the bullshit that's going on with that, with all the cancellations, removals, redistributions?
I'm
all that shit.
Pissed.
Me too.
It sucks. Like, coming from a consumer standpoint, HBO Max is my favorite service. And
it's become my favorite.
I've gotten Discovery Plus to watch some shows that I've worked on, and goddamn, Discovery Plus sucks. Their site sucks. Their app sucks. HBO Max is the best one. I mean, the navigation is here or there, and they don't have voice search, which is a pain in the ass on a television. But overall, their app is the most reliable in my experience. It loads shit. It doesn't break down. It's got all the content, and it's organized pretty well. The idea of doing hubs, solid. And it's fucking going away. There's no way that, I don't know. I would hope that they use HBO Max as the foundation for Discovery Plus. This new merger,
Yeah, I remember you saying that, and I mentioned
they're gonna merge it and stuff, but they have fired 70% of the HBO Max team, including the people that work on the app. So it's most likely going to be more like they're going to reskin.
I didn't even know that.
I think because they're budget guys, they're going to reskin Discovery Plus and shove HBO in there. That's what's probably going to happen. And Discovery Plus is
They should do it the other way around. Just throw the Discovery Plus stuff on there and then boom.
Well, see, the reason why this is happening is Discovery is known for being frugal. The guy in charge of them saved them from money troubles a while ago and turned them into cheap reality television. That's all that Discovery is now. And now this guy's in charge of this. They've already put a budget cap on HBO Max originals, $35 million, which is not a lot. So they're capping that. They've canceled a ton of stuff. So he says that he came out and basically in the press release was like, if our projects, our movies are not going to be intended for the theater, they're not going to happen. So there's not going to be any more Max-focused movies. Probably not going to release on Max either. We're probably going to go back to either having you pay the movie price to watch it on Max from launch, or you'll have to go see it in the theater before it's available on Max, or whatever this future streaming service is. The shows all have budget caps. They do not care about animation whatsoever.
That's the worst part. I feel
and the write-offs is the most unfortunate thing. I think this happened.
Uncle Grandpa, man, they took away Uncle Grandpa.
Good, but
and for what?
They took away so much stuff. KO's gone. Infinity Train. That was a bummer. I
haven't seen Infinity Train.
It's okay. I have.
Now I can't.
Message me later. I have ways we can discuss that can't be legally discussed on video. I can hook you up.
Okay. Sounds good.
I don't really watch cartoons anymore, but I kind of keep up with the industry because animation is fucking important. And Mao Mao apparently got promised a season 2. They literally got his announcement. He's a Smash style. He opens a letter and then takes off. Yeah. It's season 2, gone. Whole series gone. The Batgirl movie is the worst offense. It's never going to see the light of day. They were having... I'm pretty sure this happened after your episode, so I don't know if you mentioned this. They're having funeral screenings on the Warner lot right now.
Yeah, okay. I did talk about that.
Can you imagine that?
If I didn't, then yeah, I did know.
It doesn't
about
help that it's like an up and coming
yeah.
group of like Muslim directors that finally got a shot at a big DC movie, and they said, "Fuck you." So that's gone. The write-offs are the worst part. All these cartoons that have been completely removed from the Cartoon Network channel, Close Enough, gone. That devastated me.
I've been wanting to watch that show, and now
I can also help you with that.
Yeah, okay.
I've been stowing away things that are going away. Like American Pickle, fantastic movie, and like this stuff is very likely never going to see the light of day again. It's just done for. That's unfathomable. Like it's
you would
just
think in these times that a lot of that stuff, and in a lot of cases, has become more easily accessible. Now you have, like, on Disney Plus, you can stream the Muppet Show on there. The original Muppet Show was never on streaming before.
What was it? It was on like ABC.
I don't know.
Television.
I don't know.
You had this stuff come out like HBO Max is all of everything. There's a ton of stuff that we never saw again, or a ton of stuff that we didn't see.
All the classic episodes of Sesame Street, they just removed 200 of them.
Oh, we were just watching those.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Oh, like it's just devastating, and it's like all of it's for money. All the stuff is going away.
It's all for money too. That's the worst part. It's like,
I don't know. Part of me hopes that maybe, because we don't know what's going on inside there. They don't talk about it. Part of me hopes that maybe this stuff is getting moved over to the new service, and licensing doesn't allow it to be on both, and they're starting with stuff that they think is the least watched. Maybe, like, because a lot of stuff that's going away silently hasn't been openly canceled.
Yeah.
And they have a section that's like going away soon, and it's not showing up in there. It's just gone. So like maybe they're dumping it onto this new service, and then so all those shows will be there. And because of licensing, they have to renegotiate contracts, and they're just like, okay, let's go ahead and move that, and then they'll move all the main content when the thing is done. I don't know. They're trying to stagger it. I'm not sure, but I don't have a lot of hope based on it right now, and it bothers me because I fucking liked HBO. And I don't care for anything on Discovery. It's junk.
They were doing it right for the most part.
Yeah, and like and as a creator's perspective, I know people that's production companies are creating shows for HBO right now, like HBO Max, and they don't know what the fuck is going to happen to them.
Yeah, what are the odds that their products
it was a great
see the light of day now?
It was a great because HBO loves working with creators. They work with Conan on a lot of stuff. It was not impossible to get a show on HBO Max at least. Like they were throwing a lot of budget, which is one reason why they had like no money, and AT&T sold them. But like as a creator, it's like, what are my options now? Like HBO was one of the better avenues to get a good show on television or to make something with these people. In general, all of streaming is taking over, but streaming is so finicky. Like, most of our streaming services are younger than Vine right now.
Yeah.
HBO Max, when it goes away, because they said it's going away summer 2023, it will actually it'll have a shorter lifespan than Vine had. Vine was 2013 to 2017.
That's
4 years. HBO, 3. Can you believe that? And HBO was supposed to be permanent. All of the HBO stuff got pulled off of the other Hulu and Netflix and all that, and they said it's all going to be here, and now it's going away. We put all our eggs in the basket, and they're dumping the basket out. It's like, what the fuck? Where is anything going to be?
Yeah. That new Batman animated series that was being worked on.
That's probably done for, right?
Well, they said they're going to redistribute it.
Okay, that's good.
They said that, and then the Amazing World of Gumball movie, I think, were the two that stood out to me.
I hope the Gumball movie doesn't get canceled.
Yeah, they said they're just no longer moving forward at HBO Max, and they're looking for new homes. So they could end up with Netflix, they could end up with Hulu, whatever it may be.
Like, Close Enough devastated me the most because I love J.G. Quintel, and I've been.
And that one was announced, I think, at least a week or two before all this stuff even came out.
The third season came out in May or April.
Yeah, and then right after that,
and then by June it was all gone, or July it was all gone. Yeah. August, something like that. Like, what the fuck, dude? You gave the show like 3 months. We literally we hadn't watched all of it. We started it when it came out. We got busy and we binged the whole rest of the series, and the next day it was gone. Like, we got so lucky.
Wow.
And I have most of the episodes offline now. I think I'm missing 2 of my favorites, which bums me out. But I've got it's like 35 episodes out of 37. So
okay.
But it's honestly not. I'm not, I'm not saying that I'm doing anything, right? Conceptually, this kind of stuff is what makes piracy more appealing. And it sucks to say that because I've never pirated content. I don't like to pirate it. I like to. It's legal for you to rip a CD for personal use. So I like to prefer to get my music from CDs at the library. I prefer to pay for streaming services with all the movies that I want to watch because it's easiest to get them, high quality 4K, HDR, all that stuff. But when stuff like this happens where you invest money into this platform, you've got all the stuff you want to watch, and then they're just killing it or getting rid of it without question, and then they, whether it's our content, or we want to write it off and you completely destroy it for your own interests, then why should I give you money if you're not going to take that money and give it back to me? It's right. Not an equal exchange. I'm giving you money and then you're destroying the stuff that I like to watch. So
exactly.
I understand more why people would rather just download shows, and I would never redistribute pirated content. But we don't own anything. There was a lady that bought something for off of Prime Video, and then they removed her movie, and she sued. And they were like, "Well, if you look at the terms of service, owning movies on our service is actually just translates to an extended rental period. We can remove shit whenever we want." It's like, fuck. And these are the big guys doing it too. People say, "Oh, well, it's too big to fail." This is HBO. This is Warner Media. These are television juggernauts.
Yep.
HBO's been around since that stupid little static intro. That our TVs used to do that back when HBO was doing that shit, and then yet they could fall apart like this.
It's not fair.
Own everything that you can, because you will own nothing, and then you will thank them for it. Is what they want. That's where we're heading when it comes to content, especially.
And this is just the beginning.
And
the streaming wars are going to...
Everything's going to keep growing and changing and morphing. I don't expect... Discovery Plus and HBO are going to merge. I don't expect... Disney Plus, I think, will be around. But I don't know if...
That's going to be around because of they have brand notoriety. That is the one thing that's keeping them alive.
But I don't know if I really expect Paramount Plus, for instance, to stick around. Or Peacock.
I heard, actually, yesterday... They're looking to maybe shut down Showtime and merge it into Paramount Plus.
See?
Yeah.
It's
and Showtime has always been like a premium channel like HBO.
Yeah.
So
and they make good shit too. Like, kidding.
Yeah.
No, I have no confidence. It's like I don't. This is a lot like the social media stuff. I'm sick of keeping up with them. I'm sick of.
Yeah.
If I get a streaming service, I just want to get it and watch the stuff I want. I don't want to pay more because the HBO Discovery merger is going to cost more.
Right.
I don't want to pay more for the same, actually less content, because I know not everything from Max is going to make it over there.
Right.
I don't want to pay more for less, and I don't want to keep buying services that are going to go away. I don't want to have to keep putting a new app on my screen and learning it and signing up for accounts.
Yeah.
I'm over it. It's like music too. I'm kind of in a renaissance for personal music discovery, but when it comes to genres, I am at the point where I like just about all the music I think I'm going to like. You're not going to get me to Western music. You're not going to get me, to fawn over hip hop. I like some hip hop and rap stuff, but you're not going to get me to go crazy over every new album and artist coming out. I'm not going to be able to keep up the names of all the football players. Because I just haven't long been into football. I'm pretty established, and the same thing is streaming services. I want this iPhone Mini. I want to keep this Mini until the wheels fall off. I'm not buying anything new. I'm going to keep doing my music this way now. I'm going to keep watching shit on HBO Max. I don't want to have a new service every other year.
Yeah, I don't see it getting any better though.
No, it's not. That's why I'm trying to get back to things like I have a Blu-ray player. I want to use it. I want to get a 4K Blu-ray player. I want to, rip movies that I can off of my CDs and I want to own everything and keep things on a hard drive local and stop using cloud storage and shit. It's just too much.
Yeah. Plus, it just looks cool on a shelf.
Yeah, it does. It does.
Yeah.
I want to eventually, when I have the money for it, I'm not in a good spot right now to spend on whimsical stuff like that, but eventually I would love to have a shelf of CDs. Like I'm gonna get one off eBay. They're like $12. One of those vertical racks. Instead of having them in a drawer, CDs up the wall next to my CD player. You know, I want to have my CDs of my favorite albums. I want to have physical stuff. I want to have my movies out. I want to pop a movie in a DVD player. And plus, you know what's awesome is because we want to keep kids off of streaming services and off the internet and stuff like that. Fucking teach my kid how to use a DVD and a Blu-ray player. And I want to get her all the movies that she wants on disc, and so she could put them in. Because as a kid, it was awesome being able to put... They had the little TV with the built-in VHS player. I learned how to put in my VHSs and rewind them and stuff. I want that for my kid. I don't want my kid to be on the internet. You know?
Yeah.
Things used to be separate. Now it's like fucking your movies and your TV and your news and your texts and your games. It's all on your phone. It's all in one place. It's like back then it was like my movies were in my VHS player. You know, TV was in the living room because that was the only place we had a cable box. My texts were on my phone. My games were on my Xbox or my computer or something.
The worst part was that all that shit worked and people just refused to go back to the way things were.
People didn't realize, like... Well, I think part of it is we got swindled.
Yeah, that's
because like it's good stuff, you know.
Too good to be true.
The phones are like this shit goes to space every time I do something and comes back. You know, it's going to space. It's crazy. The new iPhones can literally talk to satellites and shit. But you know they've snuck in things with that. It's like bills in Congress. You know, they'll be like, oh, we just passed the, you know, like the legalize abortion bill, and then there's $1 billion going to Israel, and they banned, you know, interracial marriage in the background and all this stuff, and everyone's like, whoa, wait a sec, we didn't vote for this.
Yep.
You know, it's sorry if there's any. I'm not like taking sides in like the Israel-Palestine context. I'm just like, that was an example of like we have a lot of bills that give money,
right?
You know, but it's like, you know, you get these phones and you're like, oh wow, now all my movies are on HBO, and I can load my movies anywhere, and I don't have to have them on DVD. But you also don't own the movies; they'll go away at any time. They don't care, and they're collecting data off of you, and that's all stuff they snuck in underneath. And you're like,
"Yep,
wait a sec, I did." And once you give your life over to all of that completely, then it's like you consent by using. Nobody reads the terms. We hit agree. We use the thing. We're the product. Everything is free because we're the product. They're making money off us.
Right.
Sometimes we pay them to make money off of us. So,
yeah, and it's only getting worse.
So that's why I like vintage stuff, like these iPods and tapes and stuff. It's like CDs.
I envy that. I'm really I like seeing a lot of that shit. Like I genuinely like I want to do shit like that too.
It's nice.
Like, it just seems like a lot more fun.
It feels good
because it feels like even just thinking about doing that kind of stuff when I was younger. Like I kind of just want to feel that again.
Yeah.
And you only get so much with the stuff we have now.
It's like it's the process.
It's like, oh wow, it's convenient, but then it's like, okay, you're just kind of bored.
Well, yeah, it's a process. It's you know, putting a movie in a DVD player and it comes up on the TV, like you feel like you made all that happen. You're just sitting clicking. It's like, you know.
Yeah. I
got rid of all my Google speakers. Like I said, my whole thing is now when I go turn on music, instead of walking in the room and being like, Google, play whatever, and then Google plays the wrong song, it's like I just turn on my receiver, turn on my CD player, put a CD in, hit play, and then it's big old knob. I can't control it from my phone. One less reason to be on my phone. If I want to change my music, I walk over and I put a different song on.
Yeah, we had that issue at my grandparents' house. I guess my aunt got my grandpa on Amazon Alexa. And we were all like, I think like my mom and my aunt and one of my cousins, they were trying to put on this like specific song, and like they kept mispronouncing it, so like Alexa couldn't figure it out, and like for 5 minutes we're just trying to play this one specific song, and they finally got it. But it was just like the fact that you got to do that.
Yeah. It's Alexa,
like, it's such a hassle.
Alexa, play this song about the dudes in Paris. No, Alexa, the Kanye song where they went to Paris. It's like it's some guys in Paris. Alexa, who is in Paris? Yeah. No, the other day, like lately my Google's been, like I have one Google left. It's in the bathroom. Because when I shower, I tell it to play a song and it plays. But like I literally was in the shower the other day. And I can't remember what it was, but I told it to play a song. It gave me a different title, and then it played a completely different song. I was like, Google, play whatever by Weezer, and Google was like, playing something by Jack Johnson, and then like Black Sabbath came on. So unbelievably fucked. And it did that twice.
That's broken.
Like, how? How? It's supposed to be all the smarts and stuff, and it worked, and it's gotten worse. You can see more of my complaints if your viewers want to go watch the tech video, because I laid out examples.
Go watch that video. It's called Technology Sucks Now. It's a very good watch. It's like, I think it's exactly 30 minutes.
I cut it exactly 30 minutes.
Yeah.
It actually was pretty... It ended up being like 30:05, and I was like, oh, cool, I just got to trim a couple clips back and be really natural. The big one.
Yeah, I really enjoyed that video. So if you have not seen it, you should go watch it.
I love those little microphones.
You got anything else you'd like to bring up before we wrap things up?
For creators and people who are wanting to make content and stuff, audio is a big deal. And this is not a sponsorship. I'm not coming on the Jimmy Mullen podcast to make money.
Are you promoting products on my show?
Yes, but they're not paying me to.
Bastard.
They're not paying me to.
Rat bastard.
Yeah, fuck you, Jimmy Mullings. You're still going to post the episode, right? Like, I can... This is still going to go up? Okay, cool. Fuck you! No, grab a pair of these. This is like the Rode Video Mic Go. Fucking $300. You get 2 microphones. They record wireless. They have a receiver, so you can plug this into your camera and sound sync. But these also record natively on their flash storage, and they've got like an 8-hour battery life.
Ooh.
So like if you're making video content, like I found, because I bought a Zoom and I tried, and the Zoom was $250, and then you have to get a microphone, and you know, like what is it? Shotgun microphones on top of cameras can be expensive. They don't sound all that great. These, and they have a microphone on the little box. You don't even have to have a wire. Like, you can just clip this inside your shirt. They sound great. They record natively, so if you walk out of range, you'll still have your audio recording. You can sync it in post. That's just my advice. I got these, and I've been able to make so much stuff on a budget. Like, I've made money. I've made money off of these. I made the money back, like, the week that I bought these. Doing a guy's presentation for him. So, like, just... For creator people out there, get something like this. It's a great add to your kit, and it'll save you a lot of money.
I might have to invest.
That's all I have left to say. Thank you for having me, dude. This has been a blast. This is going to be a pain in the ass to get the file to you.
Yeah. You with your high-quality camera and shit.
Yeah, I got to flex. I flex even on you, on the podcast.
Yeah.
Host.
Yeah. I got a Canon EOS M50.
That thing is sick.
Working with.
That thing is
It is sick.
Like $7.99 for everything that it offers, and that's an APS-C, right? APS-C lens, or is it full frame?
It says Canon zoom lens EFM 15 to 45 millimeters.
Let me see.
I don't know what the name of it is. This is the one that came with it. I haven't gotten another one.
Canon M50 sensor size. What is this?
Some shit like that. I don't know.
That's an APS-C. So APS-C. So like mine's a micro four thirds, but the Canon is an APS-C. That's a bigger sensor. It's not full frame, but it's bigger than micro four thirds. So you get better light. You get a decent amount of light into that sensor.
Mm-hmm.
You can record 4K 30 or 1080p 60, 120.
Yeah,
like
I can do something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't fucked around with it too much.
Fucking, you have the whole world of Canon lenses almost at your disposal because it's APS-C. That's almost all Canon lenses are APS-C. You can put EFS lenses on that for $7.99, $6.99, something like that.
Yeah,
insane.
Yeah, I think I paid around $600. For the camera.
Insane camera, like it's solid, decent software, but it's hackable if you want to play around with it. A lot of range on the ISO. Is it a dual native ISO in that bitch?
I couldn't tell you, man. I have no idea.
Whatever. I'm into camera stuff now.
Yeah, I gotta learn more about cameras. I don't know.
Working in it has taught me a lot because that's what I want to scale into is camera work.
Right. That's good, man. I'm happy for you. I'm happy that you've been able to relax and do something that you're really passionate about, and I envy you a lot with that. So
feels good. I'll after this I'll hit you up with all my resources because I guarantee you can find work in New York.
Yeah, absolutely. That would be great, actually.
Fuck yeah.
I've been looking to do maybe some
stuff
like that again. It's been a while.
Yeah. Thank you, beautiful audience, for lending your ear to my insane schizophrenic ramblings. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Where can the people find you?
The people, you can find me, my Cole Perrine, whack-ass last name. It's Perrine. You can find me on YouTube. I'm back on TikTok, but I'm only going to post stand-up clips on there. So don't expect a lot, but you could follow Punished Cole on there. Twitter, Cole C. Perrine. It's all linked through my YouTube, basically. But yeah, that's it. Thank you for having me, Jimmy.
Of course.
It's been,
we'll do it again.
Been a blessing. I love
at
these.
Some point.
It's always a delight.
Thank you for coming back and being the first remote guest to come back. This was great.
Record breaking. I can't wait to see the TikTok clips of my face cropped in really close because I'm using a prime lens.
All right. Yeah, that's going to be fun.
That'll be great. Yeah, I'll have fun editing around that.
All right.
Okay.
If you guys enjoyed this episode, if you're watching on YouTube, subscribe, hit the bell. We just hit 150 subs, so thank you. If you're coming from Cole's End, if you decide to stick around, thank you. I really appreciate that. Tell your friends. Be sure to follow the podcast on TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. If you're listening on audio, drop a rating, write a review. Let me know what you think.
Mm-hmm.
All that fun stuff.
Reviews are fun. You should do a segment like. You should do a.
I haven't gotten any. So
I know, like the Conan O'Brien.
I would 100%. I haven't gotten any, so I have nothing to work with.
You should
maybe someday.
That more. If you guys
write a review,
if you write reviews, write something funny but honest, and maybe Jimmy will review them. Get me back on. I'll do funny voices for it.
Yeah,
I'll do funny voices and read those reviews.
I'll make it into like a main channel video or something. I'll have you as a guest for narration.
There we go, folks.
All right. That said, thank you all so much for tuning in, and we'll catch you in the next one.
Bye.
Take it easy. Peace.